Ready, action.
Sleeping Beauty's real name was Priscilla and was no beauty. Don't get me wrong, she was very pretty on the outside, but on the inside, that was a different story entirely. Her beautiful blonde hair did fall in perfect curls, but she made 5 maids redo it a dozen times each morning just to be me. And while she did have big blue eyes, they never twinkled with merriment. Instead, they glinted with malice and glared with anger. Her pretty mouth never smiled. It was too busy pouting, whining, and yelling. Since the day she was born, Priscilla was absolutely convinced that she was far superior to everybody, and she treated all her parents' subjects and servants accordingly. She ordered them about day and night, making them run back and forth for her pleasure.
She never said please or thank you. Instead, she stamped her feet, shook her fists, and complained about everything.
No!
Nothing was ever good enough. Her meals were too hot or too cold. Her dresses were too loose or too tight. Her furniture was too hard or too soft, and so on. As you can well imagine, not only did Priscilla dislike everybody, but the feeling was definitely mutual. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not. Priscilla's parents, the king and queen, were very kind. They loved their subjects and ruled them fairly. They were both extremely distressed about their only child's behavior and did all they could to improve her disposition. While Priscilla was a child, they hired the best storyteller and musician to perform for her stories. They brought in other children for Priscilla to play with and filled her room with piles of toys. But Priscilla was rude to the storytellers, broke the musicians' instruments, and chased away the children. She hoarded her toys and asked for more out. She never played with them.
I want more toys!
The king and queen became desperate. They even tried putting extra sugar into her meals, hoping to sweeten her temper. But although the court dentist was pretty busy, nothing worked.
Priscilla's 16th birthday was approaching.
I'm at wit's end. We have tried everything we could think of, and nothing has worked. Our daughter is awful. She will never be a good successor to the throne.
And no one will ever want to marry her, even for half the kingdom. Besides, she would never accept anyone as a husband anyway.
Before we give up, maybe we should consult our council once more. Perhaps someone has thought of a new idea we can try.
And that's what they did. All the royal counselors gathered in the royal meeting hall to offer their advice on this vexing situation. They murmured knowledgeably and scratched their heads wisely, but no one could think of anything to say. After 16 years, they were all out of ideas. Eventually, everyone realized that somebody would have to say something.
He was retiring soon and he felt he could take a little risk.
Let us approach this problem practically. For 16 years, we've been raking our brains to determine how to make Princess Priscilla more pleasant. Perhaps we should approach this dilemma from another angle. When is the princess most pleasant?
This was a difficult question. The princess was seldom in a good mood.
The princess seemed to be in a good mood when I saw her yesterday.
Well, what was she doing?
She was,
The counselor wished he had kept his thoughts to himself.
Yes, well, thank you. That wasn't exactly what I was looking for.
Oh, what's the use? Priscilla's only pleasant when she is sleeping.
Aha! That is interesting. Sleep is known to have curative and soothing powers. Maybe all the princess needs is a nice long sleep.
What do you mean? Priscilla sleeps quite well, even if the bed's never made your satisfaction.
When I say a long sleep, I mean a really long sleep. One that may last for years if necessary?
For years? How is that possible?
Well, we could have the court magician cast a spell that would make the princess sleep until her temperament, shall we say, mellows.
I guess that might work. Well, what if she never mellows? We can't just let her sleep forever.
The elder pondered this question for a while and then explained.
I have it. The spell will work until either the princess becomes pleasant and happy or until 100 years have passed. If she is still sleeping after 100 years, a prince will find her and kiss her, ending the spell.
We will have to think about this for a while. No matter how terrible she is, Priscilla is still our daughter, and we must do what's best for her.
After months of thinking and watching Priscilla gleefully reduce everyone around her to tears by both cruel words and cruel actions, the sad parents concluded that a long sleep was Priscilla's only hope. Once they reached that decision, the king and queen had to find a way to carry it out. After consulting the court magician, they decided to throw Priscilla a sweet 16 party. They would present her with an enchanted spindle as one of her gifts. The careless princess was sure to prick herself, unleashing the spell. On the day of her birthday, Priscilla had a great time. She yelled at all 5 of the maids who helped her get ready, pulled their hair, and made them change her dress and hairstyle 20 times. On the way to the ballroom, she tripped the servants who were carrying trays of food for the dining table and then laughed heartily while they scrambled to pick up the broken dishes and clean up the food. She kicked her pet dog hard enough to send it flying across the room and snipped the blossoms off all the flower arrangements.
During the party, she continued to enjoy herself. While dancing, she stomped on her partner's feet with her spiky heels, which she wore specifically for that purpose. When all the guests in their fancy clothes sat down to dinner, Priscilla began to spill red wine, and throw food at everybody. Seated at their table, the guests were horrified, but nothing. After all, she was the princess, and it was her birthday. The king and queen sat helplessly and watched while their daughter tormented the honored guests. They knew that if anyone reproached Priscilla, they would throw a tantrum. Finally, the time for the opening gifts arrived. Priscilla ran to the pile of beautiful wrapped packages and began ripping bows and paper. As she unwrapped each present, she made fun of it and of the person who gave it. Naturally, nothing was good enough for her, and she did not fail to let everyone know it. Eventually, she opened the spindle.
A spindle. Whoever heard of a princess spinning? I certainly don't intend to spend my time on such a stupid activity. But I think I will make good use of this sharp point. Yes, indeed. It will help me make my servants move much faster. Ouch! Oh yes, this will do just fine.
If the guests thought this behavior was strange, they did not mention it. They were only too happy to say their goodbyes and tiptoe out of the palace. Most of them had come to the party out of respect for the king and queen. And while they pitied the poor couple, the guests did not want to spend any more time with the unpleasant princess than was absolutely necessary. After the guests left, the king and queen placed their daughter in a tower just outside the castle wall. Then the prince was more likely to kiss her if he did not have to go through the whole palace to reach her. The queen out the spindle near the bed, as the sight of it made her too sad to keep it in the castle. The king and queen made sure Priscilla was comfortably and beautifully dressed, that the room was warm and clean, and they visited her every day.
As time passed, fewer people remembered Priscilla, and the tower in the wood became the center of many legends. The only true thing people remembered was Priscilla's great beauty. People added new elements to the story, creating fairies and jealous witches to make it more interesting. Someone even insisted that the princess was cursed because one fairy felt snubbed when she was not invited to the birthday party. And so the sleeping princess became more and more mysterious until no one remembered how nasty Priscilla had been. About 100 years after Priscilla went to sleep, prince was riding through the forest around the walls of the old castle. He had heard many stories about the beautiful, mysterious sleeping princess, and was rather considered. He was just sure that she was meant for him. He spent days wandering through the forest, hoping to glimpse the tower. The thorny branches tore at his clothes and skin. He and his horse were tired and hungry, but the prince was determined to accomplish his mission. And the horse did not have a choice.
One morning he spied the tower, which was lit by the rising sun. The prince hardly noticed the next few hours as he hacked his way through the brush. He was busy imagining what the princess would look like and composing what he would say to her. When the prince finally reached the tower, he found the door open. He flew up the curving stairway, breathless with anticipation. The stairs ended abruptly, and suddenly the prince burst into a big room in the middle of which the princess was sleeping in a large, luxurious, fluffy bed.
Until this moment, he realized he had not been completely convinced that all the stories he'd heard was true. His knees grew weak and he had to hold on to the wall to keep him from falling down. The princess was as breathtaking beautiful as he had imagined her. For once, her face was relaxed and was not screwed up in a scowl. Her many curls spilled onto the pillow, framing her face, and her clothes were very becoming. The century-old fashion was just coming back into style. Once the prince reclaimed his wits, he slowly approached the bed, kissed Priscilla, reverently stepped back and waited to see whether the enchanted princess would present her with an enchanted spindle. Would wake up as legend said she would. The story was true. Slowly.
Opened eyes and looked up and saw the prince gazing at her with love in his eyes. Without a second thought, she reached up and slapped the prince across his face, glowing, unsuspecting face. You see, Priscilla was not a morning person. The poor, astonished prince stumbled and fell backwards, and all the words he composed flew out of his head. This was certainly not what he expected.
What in the world do you think you're doing? How dare you come into my room and kiss me? Guards! Guards!
As Priscilla's smooth forehead wrinkled with rage, her large blue eyes narrowed with hostility, and her round cheeks flushed an angry red, her beautiful face turned downright ugly.
He never told anyone what happened. He was sure no one would believe him, or that anyone who did would laugh at him. For the rest of his life. One thing he did know for sure, he would be a lot more careful around whom he kissed in the future. Meanwhile, Priscilla was becoming unhappier by the second. She soon realized that she was not in her room in the castle and that no one was answering her call. In her anger, she climbed off the bed and began stomping around the room. She flung a chair out the window, ripped the curtains, and kicked the night table.
Then she noticed a spindle that her unhappy brother had left by the bed. The enraged princess grabbed the spindle and aimed it at the window. As she did so, one of the spindle's sharp ends pricked Priscilla's hand. Unfortunately for Priscilla, 100 years had not erased the spindle's magic, and she began to feel very sleepy. She barely had time to climb back into bed before her eyes closed